absolutely everything. So Skylar will jump in the back, I think. Guess you got to do rock, paper, scissors for front seat. Anyone called shotgun yet? Voila. To be honest, typically recons, you know, you can normally, for most races, you do it in a day. Like you get in just a day or two before the race, but Unbound, because it's so big and because it's so long, it's 200 miles. So they need to like recon different sections and check out different bits. It's quite important. The weather plays a huge part, so that what everyone's looking for is where's the mud section's going to be.
I'm going to wade out there in my wellies. And there we go. So that's
2-paw riders coming off their bike earlier in the men's field. And here's that big puddle they're going to go through. It looks like
man.
They're working together.
With a flat tire, Keegan Swenson.
The way that gravel's going is becoming way more professional, and the riders need some support. So it does help them out massively if you're able to drive them out to a point, let them recon and see a bit, and then pick them up. We're going to go around the back way. This is the problem with Unbound. Everyone wants to see the course, but the course isn't that accessible in parts. So, yeah, got the big tyres on. Let's give it a whack. See where we end up. Now we've got a river crossing, but these bad boys gonna work.
It might be 61 miles now, sorry.
You get it from here. I can't see that. It's got black kit, dark kit, white helmet.
We are at mile 105. We're about to do the second third of the course, so about 60 miles from here to Council Grove. There's going to be some gnarly, chunky roads, so it's a key section to recon. Yeah, just go have some fun. I mean, this is no easy life. I think we sacrifice a lot to have this life, but I know that we both also wouldn't have it any other way. You only have one life, and why would you not want to travel the world and ride your bike around amazing places to do it? You'll look back at it when I'm in my rocking chair and be like, damn, I saw a lot of the world. It'll feel good.
Well, like usual, I can't load the route, but hopefully we'll...
Oh yeah, oh, did I send it to you?
No, I just was trying to load like the whole thing, like the whole 200 in.
So what's your job now?
My job is to make sure they're okay. Basically, we drive to a point where they're gonna finish, just to see where we need to go, and then we'll try and drive back to them, just to see them. Make sure that everything's okay. Then I think the tricky thing is every time they ride, I think nutrition's such a big part of racing, and with this race, like you'll hear a lot of the riders, they kind of like that they eat more for it just because it's so nutritional. So, you know, try and make sure that once they've done their ride, they have food. So kind of get to the end point before they finish, cook up some rice, cook up some eggs, so when they get there, they can just replenish everything that they've just lost. Set up. Kind of got everything we need. Welcome to Unbound. We're nearly set up. Every time I do this, it's a little bit quicker. Forklift, and to be honest, it was having the capability of being able to leave everything in there and utilize it just means that we can have more stuff, be able to take more stuff, have things just always in there, so we know where. I also have like my little places for everything, so I know where everything is. Just makes life so much easier. But the rain doesn't. The rain makes things harder.
Can you describe what you were feeling and what was going through your head whenever Danni was racing?
When Danni races, honestly, it's the most stressful day. It's the most pleasing when it goes well, but sometimes it doesn't always go well, and it's so hard. It's like, this Unbound was the most stressed I've been in a long, long time.
Welcome to Emporia, Kansas, in the 2026 edition of the Lifetime Grand Prix here at Unbound Gravel. Early reports are that we're getting a little bit of mud out there.
Danni's put so much work in, like no one knows how much work she's put in, and all the shit that she's had to deal with up to this point. She's already had one race ruined out of her control. That was her biggest race. She's on this form knowing that she could do well, and then everything kind of changed. There was a bit of hesitation the night before. There wasn't a lot of sleep. It was a lot of stress. Kind of going into that morning, I could see it in her eyes that she just wanted to give it a good whack, and I could sense that nothing was going to stop her, but it wasn't going to be easy, and it's exactly what happened.
And just like that, our women are underway.
They go off. Fair play to Lifetime, they've really stepped it up with live coverage. On the one hand, it's great. On the other, it makes it more stressful because you see everything that's happening. And they only tend to follow the front. Now, when it started, there was a break that was made pretty quick.
Two riders getting a little bit of a gap now. And
when I got to Aid 1, all the big teams are already set up, but it's so great because they're all like, Brad, she's in that front group, made the split. I'm like, yes. And then time just kind of carried on, and the men kind of flew through, and then out of nowhere you could see that Danni dropped off, and that's when your heart sinks, because you're like, there's been so much put into this, what's happened?
Can you tell me exactly what happened you said it was at mile 30?
Yeah, it's just like where the mud was so bad, it just was flicking my chain off the front ring and then jumping 3 gears. So at one point I got going again, then I was just single speeding.
So you just wait, and you wait, and you wait some more, and then finally Dan comes through, and I just hear, I've had mechanicals, my chains dropped loads, and all you can do is just say, keep going, just keep going, it's a long race. Feed 1 done. So you're like, cool, on to feed 2. And I kind of saw her clawing back. I was like, here we go. This is Danni 2023 back. This is great. I was like feeling really positive. Danni comes into feed zone 2, made up a lot of spaces, and it was so funny because like everyone's like getting off their bike, and it's like a full change, everything like that. Danni comes in, doesn't take her bladder out, doesn't like do anything. We're trying to wash her bike. She's so focused on going forward and like getting to that next person. I was like, I don't even know if she wanted any of this. I just had to give it all to her, bladder in, just like so laser focused on like keep going, keep going, keep going. She goes, and I was like, right, we're in a good space here, but you know, she's in the zone. Then out of nowhere, Danni drops off. Tracker gone. It was so heartbreaking. Out of nowhere, one of the Rafa guys, Brad, Danni's 15th. You gotta go get her stuff. So I like ran to the van, ran to the pickup, grabbed everything. I could have cried, I was so happy. I was just like, yes. Yeah, she came through, I could see her helmet, pink helmet. Danni wears a pink helmet, so you can see her from a mile off, and these are like all straight roads. So I saw her helmet, comes in, we do like the most rapid change of everything. It's like, Danni, they're only 1 minute up, just keep going. And she goes, it's not over till it's over. I was like, yes, we got our girl back. It came down to a sprint. I knew Danni would go from right at the end of I knew she'd go from the second that corner turned. It is so far. It's so far. I was like, Danni will whack it from there. I know she will.
And I just got my head down and just went for it. Caught that crew, dropped a few more people, and then this core group, we ended up in a bit of a sprint finish for 7th, and then got pipped on the line by 2 people. But I can honestly say it's the proudest ride I've ever done. To claw back that many places and get top 10 in one of the biggest gravel races, it was pretty special.
You know, I think Danni should have been given the opportunity to be up there sprinting for that win, but it doesn't always happen like that. And she's so strong-minded that, like, you know, head down, just keep cracking on. And it was so cool to see her get that spot, put her where she deserves, another good crack. You know, we'll keep coming back until until it all falls into place. But ride of the day, you know, ride of the day. It was unbelievable to see. So happy. Look at this. The camera off.
Camera off. Vandoit.
There's so many cameras.